The importance of faith and trust. 1. Faith moves mountains. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, "Move from here to there," and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. Jesus emphasized the power of faith, showing that even the smallest amount of genuine faith can lead to remarkable outcomes. Faith is not about the size or strength of our belief, but about trusting in God's power and His will. When we trust in God's ability to do the impossible, we open the door for miracles in our lives. True faith allows us to overcome doubts and fears, enabling us to move forward with confidence in God's promises. 2. Trust in God's provision. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. Jesus taught us to prioritize God's kingdom and righteousness over material needs. He reassures us that if we trust in God's provision, He will take care of everything else. Trusting in God's provision means not worrying about the future or what we lack. Instead, we are called to focus on living according to His will, knowing that He will provide for our needs in His perfect timing. 3. Faith overcomes doubt. Jesus replied, "Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Matthew 17:20. Doubt often hinders us from fully experiencing God's power in our lives. However, Jesus teaches us that even a small amount of faith can triumph over doubt. Faith enables us to rise above challenges and trust that God will help us. When we face difficulties, we are called to fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the source of our strength. Faith transforms our perspective, allowing us to see beyond obstacles and trust in God's ability to bring victory. 4. Trust in God's timing. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. Jesus taught that God's timing is always perfect. Even when we are waiting for answers, we are encouraged to trust in God's timing. He has a plan for each of us, and His timing is always in alignment with His perfect will. We may not always understand why things happen when they do, but we are called to trust that God's plan for us is filled with hope and a future. Patience and trust in God's timing build our faith and deepen our relationship with Him. 5. Faith in action. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith, but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? James 2:14. Faith is not passive, it requires action. Jesus called His followers to live out their faith through their actions. When we trust God, our actions should reflect that trust. True faith is demonstrated in how we treat others, how we handle challenges, and how we live our lives. Faith in action is a testimony of God's power and love in us, showing the world that we are not merely hearers of the Word, but doers of it as well. 6. Trust in Jesus' guidance. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:56. Jesus taught us that trust in Him is foundational to navigating life. We are not to rely solely on our own wisdom or understanding, but to submit to God's guidance in every area of our lives. Trusting Jesus means acknowledging that He knows the way, even when we don't. By trusting Him, we can walk confidently, knowing that He will guide us toward the right decisions and protect us from harm. 7. Faith brings peace. peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14:27. Faith in Jesus brings peace that transcends all understanding. When we place our trust in Him, we experience a deep inner peace that the world cannot offer. This peace guards our hearts and minds, even in the midst of turmoil. Trusting Jesus allows us to find rest in Him, knowing that He holds our future and that His peace will always be with us. 8. The power of prayer and faith. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. Prayer is a powerful expression of faith. Jesus encouraged us to pray with belief, knowing that God hears our prayers and will answer according to His will. When we approach God in faith, believing that He will respond, we unlock the power of prayer. Trusting in God's response, regardless of the outcome, strengthens our relationship with Him and deepens our faith.